You know, we tend to think of science as something that happens in a lab, right? With white coats and complicated equipment. But what if I told you that some of the most amazing scientific principles are hiding in your house, right now, just waiting to be discovered?
So let's just kick things off with a totally wild question. Do you think a simple piece of chewing gum could break a coconut? It sounds impossible, right? But the answer, believe it or not, is yes. And figuring out why is going to take us on a really cool journey through the hidden forces all around us, using stuff you've probably got lying around the house.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the weird, unseen forces hiding in fluids. We're going to start with plain old water. It seems so simple, but it has this secret power that lets it pretty much defy gravity. Okay, for this one, go grab a glass and fill it with water. And I mean fill it all the way up to the absolute brim. Now, take something flat, like a playing card, and lay it right on top, making sure you get a good seal. You ready? In one quick, smooth motion, flip the whole thing completely upside down.
And would you look at that? The water is just staying there. A flimsy little card is holding back an entire glass of water. How on earth is that even possible? I mean, gravity's pulling down on it, so some other invisible force must be holding it up.
So the secret here is something called surface tension. See, water molecules really like to stick together. At the surface, where the water meets the card, they create this incredibly tight, elastic-like film. It's kind of like a tiny, invisible trampoline stretched across the opening. And that skin is just strong enough to make a seal and beat gravity. It just goes to show how powerful those tiny molecular bonds really are.
So that invisible skin on water is pretty powerful, right? Well, it's not the only unseen force we're dealing with. Next up, we're going to explore the incredible power of the air all around us and see how a simple shape can create some unbelievable strength. For this one, you'll need a raw potato. Yep, a potato. And just a regular plastic drinking straw. Now, if you just try to poke the potato with the straw, it's just going to bend, right? It's useless. But here's the trick. Seal the top end of that straw completely with your thumb. Now, give it a really quick, sharp jab straight into the potato.
And boom! Can you believe it? That weak, bendy little straw just sliced right into the hard potato like it was a spear. A second ago, it was completely flimsy, and now it's a powerful, piercing tool. So what just happened? The straw didn't magically get stronger.
So here's the kicker. The hero here isn't the straw at all. It's the air you trapped inside. By sealing the end with your thumb, you created this column of air that couldn't escape. When you stabbed the potato, that air got compressed, making it so rigid and so powerful that it turned the straw into basically a solid rod.
Now, strength doesn't always come from pressure. Sometimes it's all about the shape. Just look at this. A flat piece of paper on the left, it's totally useless. Can't even hold its own weight between two books. But look at the right. If you just give that same exact piece of paper a few simple accordion folds, it can suddenly hold up a whole cup.
See? Same paper, totally different result. The material is exactly the same. All we did was change its shape. Those folds distribute the weight across all these strong points. And this is the exact same principle that lets engineers build massive bridges, and why corrugated cardboard, with that wavy bit inside, is strong enough to ship just about anything. It's pure strength from structure.
Okay, so we've seen how physics can make things strong. Now let's switch gears and jump into some chemistry. How about we make a secret message appear out of thin air?
This one is a classic secret agent trick. All you need is some lemon juice. Just dip a cotton swab in it, write out a secret message on a blank piece of paper, and then you just have to wait for it to dry completely. Once the juice is totally dry, poof, your message has vanished. The paper looks perfectly blank. Your secret is safe. Or is it? Because the second you gently apply a little heat, and a warm light bulb or a hairdryer is the safest way to do this, the magic happens. Your hidden message slowly starts to appear, turning this toasty brown color right before your eyes. So what's the science behind this magic trick? It all comes down to a chemical reaction called oxidation. Basically, the acid in the lemon juice weakens the paper fibers. You can't see it at first, but when you add heat, those weakened spots with the juice on them actually burn or oxidize way faster than the clean paper around them. And that's what makes your secret message turn brown and reappear. Okay, we've tackled invisible forces and secret messages. For our grand finale, let's create something even crazier. Let's make fire. And all you need is a battery and something you might have in your pocket right now. For this, you'll need a standard battery and a foil gum wrapper. Now, a quick heads up, this one actually involves a small flame, so please be careful.
First, you're going to cut that foil wrapper into a kind of hourglass shape, so it's super thin right in the middle. Then, just touch one end of the foil to the positive side of the battery and the other end to the negative side.
And almost instantly, poof, the narrow center of that foil wrapper gets red hot and just bursts into flame. It's an incredibly fast and powerful reaction from such simple stuff. So here's what's going on. You've just created what's called a short circuit, which lets a ton of electricity flow through that foil really, really fast. But when all that current tries to squeeze through the super thin part in the middle, it runs into resistance. It's like a traffic jam for electricity. All that energy gets stuck, builds up as heat, and gets so hot that it ignites the paper on the wrapper. So surface tension, compressed air, oxidation, electrical resistance, all of these amazing scientific principles are just hiding in plain sight all around us. Which brings us all the way back to the beginning. Can a piece of gum really break a coconut? Well, yeah. If you freeze it with something like liquid nitrogen, it becomes incredibly hard and brittle. When you hit it, the energy transfer is so intense it can shatter the coconut. It's not magic, it's just thermodynamics. The world is full of these secrets. The only real question is, what kind of everyday magic will you discover next?